They file into the village on the narrow path, surrounded by water. The women from different villages in India's Sundarbans in West Bengal are here to talk bank loans and the struggle to pay the bills. But it's a deeper pain than a simple economic one that binds them all together. Each woman a victim of sex trafficking. It's rampant here and getting worse. The rise in trafficking directly linked to climate change, officials say, and the vicious cyclones consistently battering this part of India. For Mijana, life has slowly become more joyful, with her young daughter in her arms. It's when Mijana thinks about what she's been through that her smile fades. She was only 17 when the traffickers came for her. I used to call her my sister, Mijana says. She was my neighbor. I trusted her. But she says the older woman tricked her into going to a nearby train station, drugged her, and shipped her to Mumbai, some 2,000 kilometers away.
When I came to, I was with 4 or 5 other girls, all in small, cramped rooms. There was only one window. It was like a prison. One girl told me, I'm trapped now too.
She says they drugged her again, and she slowly realized what was to come.
The woman I used to call my sister came into the room I was locked in and told me a man would be coming in. I started crying again, but it didn't matter. They sent the man in anyway. He forced himself on me. I was raped. It went on for 15 days. Every night, a different man.
A police rescue and the help of a local NGO brought her back to her rickety family home perched above a river, visible through the makeshift bamboo floor. Mijana knows why she was a target, just like the children of many other vulnerable families here, trying to stay above water.
Trafficking was my neighbor's job. She was a professional. She would go to different villages, rent a place, and target young girls to take them.
It's a devastating story heard frequently in India's Sundarbans, where climate disasters have left villages mired in rising waters. The cluster of low-lying islands in this, the world's largest mangrove forest, is part of a rich but fragile ecosystem, one of the most vulnerable areas to climate change in the world. Several islands have already been swallowed up by the higher sea levels, and that water coming in brings salinity that damages the soil, ruining crops. It's also hard on the area's fishermen dealing with climate instability, more severe cyclones, and erratic rains. So many here live below the poverty line, and with each new climate disaster, they become more desperate, making this very fertile ground for traffickers. For social worker Pompa Ghosh, that means a near constant effort to protect the community from trafficking gangs.
Here in Sundarbans, we used to face one cyclone a year, but now there are 4 or 5. That attracts traffickers who monitor families with young girls, sometimes watching them for a long time. They wait until the parents have to go elsewhere in search of work, leaving their children with relatives. That's when the traffickers strike.
Human trafficking is also the main focus of police in the Sundarbans. They're tackling a network that they say is India-wide, trying to rescue as many girls as they can trapped in cities across the country. The local NGO here says they're now seeing more than 30 cases of women trafficked every year. And while many of them are rescued and return home, some 25% can't be tracked down. That's the pain Mushumi and her husband Rana are struggling with. Their daughter was in her 20s when she was lured away, they say, with the promise of marriage from a man she had just met.
For nearly 2 years, we have had no contact with her. I don't know where she is or if she is even alive. It is so incredibly painful.
She tries to keep busy with her needle and thread, but the tears and despair hit often. Every call they make to their daughter's phone goes unanswered, and they fear the worst.
এরা হচ্ছে নারী পাচারের সঙ্গে যুক্ত
I believe the man's family is deeply involved in human trafficking. Not only trafficking, but they make women do terrible, unspeakable things.
For others who do make it back home after being trafficked, it's often a hard road to reintegrate. Today, Kashmira is at ease with her regulars who are always at her shop, but the trauma of the 6 months she spent drugged and raped repeatedly lingers.
I kept praying the pain would end. There were moments I even wanted to take my own life to make it all stop.
After her rescue, it took her 3 years before she could face others.
I couldn't bring myself to go out because of all the demeaning questions and accusations from people in my village. It was unbearable.
But months of trauma counseling made her stronger and more independent. The shop that her father bought her with the help of a local NGO is her lifeline.
People who experience trafficking are rarely welcomed back. But even after what happened to me, my community stands by me. I am loved.
Hope, too, for Mijana. She works with the same NGO, going village to village to talk to young people and warn them about how trafficking gangs operate.
I had so many dreams and hopes. I wanted to study and go far in life. I may be a little late, but I'm finally pursuing everything I once longed for. More than anything, I don't want anyone else to go through what I endured, especially because I have a daughter.
They play a game where one kid is the target and the others join hands trying to ward off a trafficker. He's a wicked man, the social worker says. You need to protect your own at all costs. It's the only way to stop villagers from disappearing. She's not just your child, she says. She's all of ours.